Well, why don't we talk about it some other time? Any other time. Hey, you
If
can't
there's something
be here.
strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Okay, granted it's somewhat cliche for a Ghostbusters review, but it works. Ghostbusters the video game is a nice way of honouring the franchise's 25th anniversary. After what I played, it did just that. The story is set 2 years after the events of Ghostbusters 2, and you play a nameless rookie recruit to the company and play throughout the game as the 5th Ghostbuster. And you are trained in various ways how to use your tools and how to capture ghosts. The storyline ties more to the first movie as Gozer, the Grey Lady, Stay Pata, and Shandor are all referenced in the scene. The city has taken out an extensive insurance policy on the paranormal exterminators as their work, as we all know, can be a tad destructive at times. And anytime you wreck a building or smash up another property, you are billed for it by the local government. I chose to go with the casual difficulty as I had never played the game before, and I believe it's usually best to take this approach. It's a little awkward to get the hang of capturing ghosts at first, but after 10 to 20 minutes it gets a lot easier, and before long you are capturing ghosts by the dozen. As Ray tells it, sap 'em, cap 'em, and trap 'em. I found that Ray was the better coach compared to the rest of the team, as he gives you much more subtle and clear instructions when compared to Egon's over-technical explanations or Peter Venkman's cynical approach to the job. But then it's Peter Venkman. It's a given. What is great about this game is that despite the shaky start you will have to this game, is that you can pick up the routine really quickly once you get the hang of it. The achievements are nice nods to the movies when you see achievements like We Came, We Saw to You Gotta Try This Pole, and Afraid No Ghost, which as we all know are iconic quotes from the movies that many find some way of putting into jokes or reviews about the movies. And I have no doubt we shall probably see some more in other reviews about this game. The aiming of the firing beams are awkward to learn at first, but are easier to aim later, but do require some control. When you look at the returning characters, all played by the actors reprising their roles, it's amazing with the sheer amount of detail that Terminal Reality have put in. Ray looks like Ray, Venkman is completely recognisable, and you can even recognise Walter Peck. Annoyingly. The game has a kind of cartoony and not so cartoony look, if that makes any sense to you. But the only environments in the game that looks as close to real life as you can get is anything that is not people or ghosts. Ecto 1 looks like it was taken from the movies and put into the game without any change from film to computer graphics. I went with the Xbox 360 version, and the cinematics as seen on YouTube, or even Blit, really do not do the cut footage any justice. The graphics for the 360 is simply amazing because it really does look quite realistic. In some missions when you go into dark areas, the screen gets a little too dark, where at times you have to slap on the PKE meter vision just to get some clarity. I appreciate that if you're out at night it's supposed to be dark, but I think the developers should have made it so that you could see more clearly. Speaking of the PKE vision, this mode will aid you greatly, particularly when you're trying to identify what entity you're scanning, or looking for clues in order to advance further. Oh, without question, you will want to play this game again and again. It has such a fast-paced feel and exciting gameplay that it will not leave you bored. My only qualm is that once you master the game, is that it's a little short. But if you want to feel challenged, you can go on to the more experienced and professional levels afterwards to up the difficulty. The game is a fantastic addition to the Ghostbusters franchise, and I honestly wish they had this gaming technology back in the 80s, because it would have gone along nicely with the first movie with a second game to complement the sequel. But as it stands, long-time fans and new fans will enjoy this game and agree that it was worth the wait.